What if you had only 1 year left to live? Imagine, for a moment, that the clock starts ticking now. You have exactly 365 days. No more, no less. How would you spend them? Who would you call? What dreams would you chase? Would you finally say the things that you've been holding back? Would you waste even a single moment, knowing how precious each hour is? The truth is, we often act as if time is infinite, as if tomorrow is always guaranteed. But time is the most precious asset we have. More precious than gold, more valuable than any currency. It slips through our fingers, second by second, whether we use it or not. Consider this. Studies show the average person spends over 2 hours a day scrolling through social media. That's more than 700 hours a year, almost a whole month lost to endless scrolling, liking, and watching. Add to that the hours spent on television, mindless browsing and distractions, and the numbers become staggering. By the time you reach 80, you may have spent nearly a decade of your life doing things you barely remember, things that never brought you closer to your dreams. Time is the silent currency of life, and every moment wasted is a moment you'll never get back. But what exactly is time? Across cultures and philosophies, time has been measured, valued, and revered in countless ways. In ancient Greece, they spoke of chronos, the relentless, linear march of seconds, minutes, and hours. But they also spoke of kairos, the right, meaningful moment, the time when something significant happens. In Eastern philosophies, time is seen as cyclical, flowing in seasons and rhythms, always returning, yet always unique. No matter how we define it, all cultures agree. Time is fleeting, and every moment is a gift. Time is a non-renewable resource. Unlike money, you can't earn more of it. You can't store it, save it, or get a refund. Once a second passes, it's gone forever. You can lose money and make it back, but lost time is never found. It's the one thing that puts every human being on Earth on equal footing. No matter your wealth, your status, or your background, we all wake up each day with the same 24 hours. The difference lies in how we choose to spend them. We often compare time to money, but the analogy falls short. Money can be invested, multiplied, even recovered after a loss. But time only moves in one direction. It's the ultimate currency, and how you spend it defines the story of your life. So how do we waste this precious resource? In today's world, the biggest thief of time is the glowing screen in our hands, social media. Hours vanish as we scroll, double tap, and compare our lives to others. We fall into the trap of procrastination, pushing important things to later, a later that never seems to come. Toxic relationships drain our energy, keeping us stuck in cycles of negativity and drama. We drown in daily distractions, busy work that leads nowhere, convincing ourselves that being busy is the same as being productive. Seneca, the ancient Stoic philosopher, wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Steve Jobs said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." We know these truths deep down, but still, so much of our time slips away, unnoticed, unloved. Why do we do this? What's the psychology behind wasting time? Sometimes it's fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping outside our comfort zones. It's easier to stick with routine, to do what's familiar, even if it's not meaningful. Other times, we chase instant gratification, the quick dopamine hit of a notification, a new video, a like, a message. We trade long-term fulfillment for short-term pleasure, and our goals drift farther away. We tell ourselves we'll start tomorrow, next week, next year. But tomorrow is a promise that life never makes. The comfort of routine lulls us into a false sense of security, while our dreams quietly wither in the background. But sometimes life gives us a wake-up call. Let me share with you 3 stories. Real lives, real moments that changed everything. The first is about a man named David. At 43, David was a workaholic, always busy but never fulfilled. He put off his passions, his travels, his relationships, all for later. Then, one day, he received a diagnosis: cancer. Suddenly, he saw every day differently. He started painting again, spent time with his family, traveled to places he'd only dreamed of. He said, "Facing my mortality made me realize that time is the only thing I truly own." The lesson? Don't wait for a crisis to start living. Every day is a gift. Use it. The second story is about Maria, a young girl from a small town. At 16, she started a business from her bedroom, working late into the night while her friends partied and scrolled through their phones. She faced ridicule, setbacks, and failures, but she persisted. By 19, she had built a company that changed lives and communities. Maria's story is not about talent or luck. It's about using time with intention, refusing to waste her youth. The lesson? Age is no barrier to achievement. The earlier you value your time, the more you can create. The third story is about Tom, who spent his 20s lost in distractions, parties, games, endless entertainment. At 30, he looked back with regret, realizing he had wasted the best years of his life. He couldn't turn back the clock, but he could change his future. Tom's story is a reminder: the price of wasted time is regret. The lesson? The best time to start is now. So how do we stop wasting time? How do we take back control of our lives? It starts with setting clear goals. Know what you want. Be specific, be honest, be bold. Write your goals down, visualize them, make them real. Prioritize what matters. Not everything deserves your attention. Ask yourself, will this matter in a year? In 5 years? Focus on the things that move you forward, that bring you joy, that align with your values. Build discipline and routines. Success isn't about willpower, it's about habits. Create a routine that supports your goals and stick to it. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Cut off time wasters. Be ruthless about protecting your time. Say no to things, people, and habits that don't serve you. Your time is your life. Guard it fiercely. Embrace the concept of time blocking. Set aside specific hours for deep, focused work, free from distractions. Protect these blocks like appointments with your future self. Practice deep work, the ability to focus without distraction on tasks that truly matter. It's in these moments that you create, build, and grow. Now, I want you to pause and reflect. What will you do after this video ends? Will you go back to old habits, or will you use this moment as a turning point? Life is not a rehearsal. There are no second takes. You have this moment, this day, this year, to make something extraordinary. Live with urgency, with purpose, with no regrets. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Remember this: you will never find time for anything. If you want time, you must make it. Charles Buxton. The clock is ticking. Your story is being written. Don't waste your time.